Hey folks, I'm Gene Delasello with Audioholics. We are here with Amir Saluk from Vitrea. How you doing, Amir?
Good. Hey, Gene, how are you?
I'm doing great. I've never had a live stream from Israel. That's pretty freaking awesome. You guys are an Israel-based company.
Yes.
Smart control, smart lighting. This is often a topic that's forgotten by home theater enthusiasts. You know, they spend all their money on electronics. They get the decorations right in their room, they get the acoustics right, they pay money with cables, but then they forget about the lighting control, which is a huge part of the experience. Whether you're watching a movie and you hit pause and you want the lights to come on so you can see at 50%, or if you want to create lighting events, you want to control landscape lighting outside. I mean, it's endless opportunities to really spruce up not only your home theater but your entire house. And that's why I wanted to bring you guys on our channel, because you are an official Audioholics channel sponsor for the Audioholics Smart Home. And we've been working with you guys for a couple of years now, getting all the panels installed in my house and getting them programmed. So I wanted you to give us a background of your company, where you're based out of, what you guys do, and then show us some of the customizations that you offer that is kind of unique in this space compared to some of the competitors out there.
Yes. Well, thank you, Gene. I appreciate your kind words. So, as you said, I'm Amir. I'm one of the founders and VP Marketing and Sales at Vitrea. We're an Israeli-based company. This is over here in my showroom in Tel Aviv. So I'm speaking out of my showroom in Tel Aviv right now. It's 8:30 p.m. So good evening, folks. Our factory is also in the southern suburbs of Tel Aviv. And we actually manufacture all our products here in Israel, and we ship them from Israel to Europe, to the Far East, to the States, to some countries in South America. And we're very proud about that, especially right now in these days when we have this ongoing war and we're a lot in the news. But our factory and our salespeople and our R&D team, we're all continuing to work as usual and putting extra efforts to make the best products available in the market. So, hello?
Yes, we're here.
Oh, yeah, I thought I lost you guys. So basically, we're a lighting control manufacturer. We started in 2011 to create our lighting control products and systems. Our main focus in the beginning was on our wireless lighting control system. So in 2011, when we entered the market, we're a bunch of electronics engineers and people that have a large background in developing telecom systems and creating products that know how to communicate with other products, especially using radio frequency technology. So when we were thinking about the lighting control system, the way the lighting control industry, the way it was 10 or 15 years ago, it was mainly panelized systems. Large infrastructure was very difficult and very expensive to install in most homes. So only the ultra wealthy could afford these kind of systems at that time. And from our point of view, we're thinking like, how come we can't create switches and dimmers and thermostats that will just communicate with each other wirelessly and in a reliable manner that will allow them to have the same benefits that they have in a centralized panelized system, just to have it in a wireless way. So we created our first system back then, and it's up till today our number one seller. It's in charge of 70% of our sales. It's basically it's called Vitrea Pro, and it's based on these dimmers and keypads and switches. So for example, this is a dimmer. Okay, it's a 5 amp dimmer. You give it to an electrician, instead of installing a regular dimmer, he'll install this. It's got a neutral, a load, a neutral, a line, and you connect it regularly to any regular electrical box. Once it's installed, it has a MAC address. So there's an RF model inside. It has a MAC address. You press here to turn on or off the light fixture. And then once you have all of these dimmers installed in the house, then you take this VBox Pro controller. Okay, so this controller connects to the Ethernet, and with the antenna connects to all the dimmers in the house and enables you to control them. So you need one controller like this in a house to control up to 150 units like these in a house, and that's pretty much it. Now you can connect this controller to any third-party system to control all except for the lighting and the blinds and the AC. You can also control AV through integration that we have with Control4, for example, or with Crestron, or with Elan or RTI. We also can control different shades like Lutron, Homeworks US shades. We can connect to Amazon Alexa or to Apple HomeKit and Siri. So through this controller, you can actually control these keypads and dimmers and thermostats, and you can also connect to third-party systems and create a whole environment that makes your house smart and easy.
Now, a question for you: if this is wireless, how do you have the range in very large homes? If you have the controller in one room and then you have a 4,000 or 5,000 square foot house?
Sure. So we use a system that's called a mesh network. So if you're Zigbee or Z-Wave, those are popular protocols that people are usually in our industry are familiar with. We use our own proprietary protocol. It's called RNet. So when we started back then in 2011, we're thinking, how could we create the most reliable wireless system in the market? Okay, that way that you go to any house at any stage, if it's a new build house that they don't want infrastructure, but they do want to have a nice system, or if it's some retrofit project or some apartment, or maybe it's an MDU project with 100 apartments in one building. So what we created is a mesh network based on our own proprietary protocol, which is called RNet. And that way, each keypad is talking with each keypad in the house. So let's say you got a dimmer and you got all kinds of dimmers in the ground floor. And this controller is sitting in the network cabinet in the ground floor. And then you have another dimmer like this in the parents' room and like in the second floor. So each one has its own unique MAC address. And then the controller sends to the MAC address in the parents' room, turn off. So the keypads that are in the range of maximum 30 feet around this controller, they receive the command. If it's not them, they send on the command. If it's not them, they send on the command until it gets to the parents' room. That dimmer gets the command, turns off the light, or does whatever we asked it to do, and sends back in the same way from one to another. I did it. And then we see on our app that has been done. Now, the whole time that it takes for the whole command to go through the system to get to that specific dimmer and to get back and to give back an answer that it's off or on is up to 2 milliseconds. So that's the reliability that we can create with our own proprietary protocol.
It's very low latency.
Yes. So because from our point of view, when we started, there weren't many wireless systems in the market. We were one of the first. So we tried to create, we didn't have a choice. We had to create a wireless system that competes with any panelized or centralized system. So we had to create like the maximum reliability. Otherwise, people wouldn't have bought this. So because we were able to tell people, look, this works exactly the same as any other centralized system, and people start buying this. And when they actually install it in their homes and they saw that it actually works the way that we told them that it does, then it starts spreading around in Israel and then eventually in Europe and later on in the States and several other markets. So today...
I was just going to say, one thing I noticed about your control switches that's different than some of the competition. If you show it again up close, show the back of it. Sure. The profile on it is pretty low. Like some of these switches could be a lot deeper than that. It's just interesting how compact that is.
Yeah. So now another benefit is that, like, another difference from us and the competition is when we started with Vitrea and we were trying to enter the market. We also went to architects and designers and we told them, hey, look, we're creating this neat, reliable, wireless smart home system that can enable all your clients to have a nice, good-looking system. And they're like, no, we don't want any lighting control systems in our projects because the keypads, they look the same like any ordinary dimmer or switch that you can buy in Home Depot. And we were like, okay, so what's the problem about that? And they told us, look, us as designers, as architects, we can design, the kitchen, the living room, the light fixtures, the walls. We can design everything and customize it to our needs and make the project look the way that we want it to look. But with the lighting control systems, we cannot do that. the keypads, the switches, the thermostats, they all look bad, and we can't customize them. So what we decided to do at that point is create an option to customize our product. So if this is the back end, this is the dimmer or the switch, then on top of this, we have the glass panel that sits on the switch this way. So you can choose between various glass panels. So they can be with a glass finish, which is matte or glossy. They can come in different colors. So we offer them in a large variety of colors. You can even customize them to fit your wallpaper or your whatever you like them to be looking like. They can have these metal finishes in different colors like silver and gold and bronze.
And custom
and
silk
gold.
screening so you could write whatever you want on it, right?
Yeah. So this one, for example, in the beginning when we start a project, people they want to have scenes and stuff. So in the beginning, we supply to the dealers these blank glass panels, and they put stickers on them. Once the client knows what he wants to have engraved, then they send us a new sheet with all the new engravings, and then we custom engrave for them. We custom print for them the different icons and scene names and stuff. And then what they do is they just, the keypad doesn't change; it just stays on the wall.
Right.
But they take out the existing glass panel and just put in the new glass panel, and this is how it looks like. Now, within time, the architects and designers were telling us, look, you make beautiful glass panels, and we can have them in various colors and with, matte finish, glossy finish, metal frames and stuff. But we'd also like to have them flush mounted. So we want to see them flush mounted with the wall. The same thing that you can do with speakers, for example. Like they don't want to see them at some places. They don't want to see them on the wall. They want to see them flush mount with the wall. So we try to use different kind of flush mount adapters, but you would always see, the finish of the wall with the glass panel, because the glass panel is extremely straight. And then the finish of the wall, it never looked so good. Like it wasn't like clients would invest a lot of money and the contractors would work really hard to make this, but then at the end of the day, it wouldn't look like wow. So we created this solution. This is our flush mount adapter, which you just cut a hole in the wall, in the drywall. You install it like this. Okay, so it sits like this in the drywall,
Right.
and then the keypad just goes inside like this and gets installed with the electricity and everything. Sits like this, and then the glass panel with the metal frame has this finish that covers that 1 millimeter of the wall that we don't want to see. So once the keypad is installed inside the flush mount adapter, the glass panel just goes inside and sits like this. So you get a beautiful design, a beautiful finish on the wall, okay? And you won't see the wall. You'll just see this nice keypad sitting on the wall.
That is slick.
We also developed thermostats. So that was like a big concern. A lot of companies, they have their own thermostats or they use the thermostats of the AC system that they're using. But usually our clients and the designers and architects that we work with, they want to see everything in the same design. So if they have near the bed or in the entrance to the room or the entrance to the house a Vitrea keypad, they also want to see a Vitrea thermostat. So we created these thermostats. So this is how they look like. So these are thermostats for fan coil systems. Okay, so it's a regular installation. It's a double gang box, but you can also use it for a VRF system if we integrate it with Coolmaster. So it's good for either fan coil AC systems or for VRF AC systems. And then you just choose the glass panel color and finish that you'd like to have to be the same design as within the other keypads in the house. And then it just gets plugged into it, and that's what you get. So you have maybe a white dimmer on the wall and a white thermostat next to it. They can also be all flush mounted and all looks the same. And we also created, although we're not like an outlet company, but we created outlet frames for the bathrooms and for in general, that they're good for any Decora outlet. that's out there. So you can
Right.
install these outlet frames with any decor outlets, and then you have a whole complete design for the system.
Well, if I could just show one custom panel, you guys did a bunch of custom panels for me, and I'm going to be doing a video on it. But
Sure.
the most important room is the Audioholics home theater room. And you guys could see here, we've got the main control switches for the theater room. And of course, I'm a Star Trek nerd, so I've got the communicator above that. But I wanted red, so I have some red themes in my theater room. And you guys were able to also ingrain the Audioholics logo on there, which is a really nice touch. And it's beautiful. Everybody always comments when they come in and look at the glass panel, and they always wonder who's Vitrea. That's the first thing I always hear when people see it. And then when this is not a great picture, but you can see when all the lights are off, there's a nice blue backlight on it, so everything is clearly visible. Now that could be programmed to change its brightness and also color, right?
Yeah, sure. So some people, at nighttime they like it off or at like a low
Right.
level. So we actually have a dimmer inside that dims that backlight, and in the program for the programmer and the technician, they can program at what hour, what time of day they want it, at what strength. So inside the system, there's an astronomy clock. There's a whole manager to build scenes and create all kinds of like entrance, exit. If you pressed entrance during the day, maybe turn on all the blinds. If you pressed entrance during nighttime, maybe turn on the lights. So you can create all kinds of conditional scenes with the system. And we also have our own app that if you look on the App Store or on Google Play, it's called Vitrea. So it looks like this is the icon. I'll just open it here in my showroom.
Yeah.
So basically, you can scroll through favorite and devices and rooms. It's very intuitive. And the design is, again, like the Vitrea design that gives the client a nice and clean feeling. So I'll do a scene here, like let's say turn off my showroom. Okay, so I just did the scene and my showroom goes off. Okay, and so good night to you folks. Also, it's very dark outside. It's 9 p.m. already. And I'll do like an on scene. Okay, so everything goes on. And of course, everything that I'm showing on the app is also available through our integration with Control 4 or with Crosschon or with RTI. And we can also do this through Apple HomeKit or Alexa. So like use our voice recognition to control the system.
So it's nice to have the ability to integrate into a control system like Control 4 or Savant or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's also nice to have manual control for someone that's not techie and they don't want to mess with the control system and they just want to turn a light on in a room. Obviously, they could go up to the switch and do that, but it's cool to have it by the phone.
Yeah.
And if you want to turn on a kitchen light or a remote light somewhere else in the house, you can instantly do that right from your phone.
Yeah. Yeah, so the idea is that from our point of view is that the system should be simple. So it should be good looking, should be simple to use for the end user. Okay, so if we created like a complicated system for them because we have a lot of options to give and it doesn't, and they get confused with it. They don't know how to turn on the lights in their bathroom when they wake up at the night, or they don't know how to, when they go out of the house and they don't know where to press to turn everything off. So we kind of like, if we create a system like that, then, we're off target. So we're trying to create a simple system for the installer and the electrician, a simple system for the end user to be able to, control his house in a simple way. But like the technology for us, it's a complicated technology, but that enables us to offer a simple, good-looking system for all of these consumers, designers, architects, installers, etc.
I gotcha. Did you want to show us anything else that's in your showroom?
Yeah, sure. I'll show you some of the installations. I also wanted to tell you, Gene, that we also give a complete 5-year warranty for all our products. Okay,
Cool.
so since we use only high-end components and everything is made in Israel with like top QA for every single product that ships out of here, we check it. So, and make sure that it works before we ship it. Every single product, every single button. So we give a complete 5-year warranty. And that way in our ideology, we don't want to mess and deal with service and tech support and tech calls and that stuff like that. We want to, ship the products, have the installer install, program, deploy the project, and the end user to be happy and not mess with all kinds of like tech questions like this doesn't work and that doesn't work and replace this and replace that. So that's why we do this whole manufacturing process here. I wanted to show you our flush mount installation. So this
Oh,
is like
wow.
a flush mount installation on the wall. Okay, the way you see
Wow.
it's really the finish is just like that. And this is a regular installation, okay, where the keypads are on the wall. Okay, so some people like this design, some people like this design, but we give all the options so they can decide what they want.
Sure.
In case we have some kind of problem and we need to take the glass panel out and fix the switch, then we'll just pull it out like that. And this is how the switch is actually installed in the wall with the flush mount adapter. Okay, so this is the flush mount adapter inside the plaster. This is the keypad or the switch. This is the MAC address that enables us to control it. And then the glass panel just goes inside like that.
Very cool.
Thank you. Now we created another product, except for these flash mount keypads. You know, a lot of clients start telling us, "Look, I want my iPad or my Control 4 screen to be installed flush mounted as well." So this is a Control 4 app on a regular iPad, and we create this same metal box to install the iPad or the Control 4 screen in a flush mounted way. So I'll choose the Vitrea app, and this is the Vitrea app that you can also have. It's in Hebrew because we're here in Israel, so I can translate it to you. But basically, you have here the scenes, and you can scroll between the different scenes that we have. You can go into devices. So I'll go into lights or into blinds. Again, we'll see the blinds that they're like all at 100%. I can open them, close them. If we go to air conditioning, so let's go into this air conditioning. And then I can choose the room temperature that I want. I can choose if I want it low, medium, high, cool. Okay, so it's all, I can play with everything through this app on our iPad or through our phone. So you don't have to have a control system. You can use Vitrea for lighting, for AC, for blinds. And if you want to connect to audio video, you can do it with Control 4 or Crossover or even with the Apple HomeKit. Now, another thing I'd like to tell you about, Gene, is about our centralized system. So eventually, since 2011, after a few years, clients started asking us for centralized systems for commercial projects, for hotels, for hospitality, for very large homes. So we created our own centralized system based on these DIN rail controllers. So these are our DIN rail models. We have all kinds of dimming models that we control, like 0 to 10, 5 amp dimmers, forward phase, reverse phase, dolly, DMX. So we know how to connect to all these kind of dimmers and blinds also through our centralized system. And we also use these kind of systems for hotels. And for hotel projects, we also have like these kind of like do not disturb makeup room keypads with the room number and do not disturb makeup room. It goes green or red, and doorbell. So we start working with many hotels in the past few years and making these products custom for them as well in terms of both technology and design.
Very cool. So if I'm an end user and I'm putting together a smart home, how do I get a hold of a dealer that is certified to install and program Vitrea? Do you guys have a dealer locator that's for the United States or just globally, or can I put some links in the description so people can look more at your products and more getting your services?
Sure. So first of all, we opened this week a new showroom in Fort Lauderdale with our local rep AMI in Florida.
Good people, AMI.
Yeah, with Brett and Ray and Tony and Carlos. We opened with them a new showroom in Dania Beach. And we partnered together with a few other vendors that they represent, such as Sani and Screen Innovation And we partnered together to build that showroom. So if you're in Florida, you can come to that place, that location. It's on our website. You can visit there and see the system, the way that it works. We have there a centralized system with our flush mount keypads, on-wall keypads, Dali control. We control their DMF lights. So it's a nice place to see and to feel. We also have a rep in New York that we work with. If you're familiar with Dave Silkin, DSG Group, and we're building a new showroom with them also in Plainview in Long Island. It's
Cool.
supposed to be ready in a few weeks. And we have various dealers in those locations in Florida, in New York, in California, in Texas. So we have dealers that we work with. They're all on our website. They're all listed on our website. You can see them on our website. There's like a dealer, dealer locator, and you can always also send us an email with questions, and we'll help you out find the right person that's good for you in your area at info or sales at vitrea-sh.com.
I'll put all the information in the video description, so after this live stream, people can go and
Sure.
take a look at it and get in touch with you guys. I wasn't even aware that you guys had a showroom in Fort Lauderdale. So next time I travel down there, I must go and check it out.
Sure. We'll be happy to have you there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Amir, I really appreciate you dropping the knowledge here. As I said before, we're putting the finishing touches on all of the Vitrea stuff in the Audioholic Smart Home. So we will be doing a video on that and showing you guys just how much integration we have in this house, because we have blinds, we have HVAC control, we have landscape lighting, and obviously we have music throughout the house. Every room in this house has distributed audio through Control 4. So the fact that you could just go in the kitchen and you could turn a light on or just press a button if you want to hear your favorite Pandora station or whatever. If my wife is cooking and she just wants to hit a button, it's very convenient. It's just those little finishing touches you put on a house that makes you feel more integrated and connected to the world and your environment. And the fact that it looks so beautiful with these glass panels, and you can customize them to pretty much anything you want. I mean, I don't even think people understand the scope of the customizations that you guys offer. And hopefully when I shoot my video and I show the different options that we have, people get a better picture of that.
Yeah, I agree. Look, the logistics of these customizations, it's very difficult. We put a lot of efforts into it. So imagine every single keypad in every single project. They want something written in the bedroom, in the bathroom. They want it in black. They want it in red. They want it in white. So we have to it's a whole process, from that we get the files from the dealer, it goes to the graphic designers, it goes to the machine that prints it, and we need to ship. It's a whole logistic operation to get it custom from every single product. If it's a matte finish, it's a glossy finish, it's this color, it's that color. And we put a lot of efforts in our logistics to be able to give this solution to every single project, doesn't matter where they are in the world. So we put a lot of emphasis. At some point, we understood that we're not, we're like a technology company, but we came to this understanding that we're more of like a home design or interior design company, that is in the market of other companies like Cosentino and Versace and all these companies that manufacture, sofas and living rooms and maybe tiles and stuff like that. And that's our business. So, and that's like more of our industry. So we understood that we're like a design company more than we're a technology company or a lighting control company.
Gotcha. Well, Amir, I appreciate you coming here again. Guys, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe. Don't forget about our Patreon channel at patreon.com/audioholics. We appreciate your support. You get direct access to me if you want to suggest video topics. Amir, we will have to have you on again after the video is done, and we can talk about the project of Audioholics and all the struggles that we went through to get everything integrated. And I think it'll just be fun to have you back on after everything is settled.
Thank you, Gene. I appreciate your time, and thank you for having me on your channel. And thank you for all the viewers for being here tonight or today.
Excellent. Be safe. Get some rest. I know it's getting late over there. Guys, that's a wrap. And until next time, my friends, keep listening.